Your home is one of your greatest investments. But for termites, it's a free meal. Today, Designing Spaces is on damage control. Learning more from pest control experts who have tips on how to prevent or get rid of these pesky bugs.
Termites are insects that are fascinating to somebody like me, but most of our homeowners don't like having termites around because they eat wood. A termite colony is composed of the founders, which we call the king and queen. They're the reproductives in the colony. The young that they produce become one of three things. One is a worker. They forage and feed the colony. Another is a soldier, which actually helps defend the colony. And the third type would be a reproductive or a swarmer, which has wings, and they're designed to leave and start new colonies. We find termites all throughout the US. Really, unless you're in Alaska, you're at risk for termites.
Termites can cause quite a bit of damage. When you think about how much wood is in a home, they can do anywhere from 22 to 25 linear feet of damage in a year. And then you couple that with the fact that homeowners insurance typically doesn't cover termite damage. It puts the burden on the homeowners. On average, termites cause about $5 billion every year in the US alone.
Termites can cause a lot of damage because they're eating cellulose, which is in wood. And a lot of times what happens is a homeowner doesn't realize that you have an issue until you've had a significant issue, because the termites like to stay inside the wood as they're eating it.
There is a solution to prevent termites from even thinking about making a meal of your home.
People trust Sentricon because it's a market leader. It's been around for 28 years. It was commercially available in 1995. And across the US alone, we have about 2.5 million sites protected. Of that are some historically important sites, such as the Alamo, the Statue of Liberty, the US Capitol, and the White House.
Prevention is the key to avoiding termite damage. When you call Orkin, we're going to come out to your home and do a full inspection. And what that's going to look like is verifying that you don't currently have termite activity. We're going to be looking for things like mud tubes. We're going to make sure that moisture is appropriate in your home, and we're going to be looking for, is there any damage? One of our termite control measures at Orkin is use of the Sentricon system. The Sentricon system, when termites feed upon the bait, has proven through numerous studies to eliminate the colony.
Sentricon is backed by 60+ scientific studies documenting colony elimination, so we know that it works.
When we come to install the Sentricon system, it's pretty straightforward for an Orkin Pro. We've been trained, and we can install most systems in a matter of hours. After the system is installed, realistically, we're going to check it at least once every year, but some areas we may check more than once each year to verify that bait is still in the system and active.
So Sentricon works by taking the biology of a termite and turning it against them. There are a couple different types of termites. There's drywood termites, and then there's subterranean. Sentricon is intended for subterranean termites. So what it does is you have the bait stations placed around a home, and those subterranean termites that live in the ground come into contact with this. The reason they do that is they're always out looking for food. When they find that food, they eat it and they share it with one another. And through that sharing process, it works its way through the colony back to the king and queen. That right there stops the reproduction. But also over time, since this is what we call an IGR, an insect growth regulator, it stops them from molting. It's important to have a certified Sentricon specialist install the system because it is not a DIY process.
When we install the Sentricon system, its active ingredient is classified as a reduced risk pesticide. That bait agent is actually inside of a locked station that is buried in the ground. So when it comes to kids, pets being around this, they're not going to be able to interact with the system at all, and certainly not going to come into contact with the bait.
Sentricon is very environmentally responsible. In fact, when we produced it, the EPA registered it as a reduced risk pesticide.
We recommend for homeowners, property managers, contractors, be proactive. Call an Orkin Pro today to protect your largest investment, your home.
To find out more about how to prevent or eliminate your termite problem, visit Sentricon.com. And of course, visit us at designingspaces.tv.